Hello, this is wmpyr here to talk about how to handle stress the martial arts way. Or should I say, this is wmpyr's method that basically that I learned from martial arts, how to deal with stress. So the reason why I'm making this video is I think that all of us, we all have stress in our lives, so this can be a very useful video. So hopefully this will help you guys out. And the other thing is, I just saw a video right now. A former U.S. Navy SEAL was talking about how to handle stress. So, I noticed a lot of similarities. So, I thought, hey, why not do my take on it? So, all right. I think when you're in a stressful situation, and martial arts wise, we're talking about combat. So either the battlefield or we're talking about self-defense, right? Either way, that's very stressful. But obviously, it's not just limited to that. We're also talking about our daily lives, right? So if you're a student, school can be stressful. Um, relationship with family members or, just your job, workplace can be stressful. So, lots of things, neighbors, whatnot. So, how do you handle stress? Well, I think the very well-known method, and this is a very good, solid method, is to divide up um, how you're tackling your thoughts, right? How you're tackling the stress, your thoughts, into basically two things. Number one is things that you can control, and number two is things that you cannot control. So the things that you can't control, the main idea here is don't worry about it because you can't control it. And when we go to number one, the things that you can control, there honestly should be enough things there that it should be full time, that you really don't have time for your mind to be wandering off into the things that you can't control and be freaking out about those kinds of things. You should be focused on the things that you can control, and that turns into a system, that turns into a method. So you're going, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to watch out for this thing right here. This is the tricky area. Don't forget about this, don't forget about that. Be sure to do this. There's lots of things to worry about. There's lots of steps that you can be focused on. So if you really think about that, then once again, like I said, there's no time to be thinking about, what I guess a lot of people would call stupid stuff, things that, once again, beyond your control. And the easiest one is the outcome. Most people worry about, I want to ask out this girl, but I don't know if she's going to reject me. That's the outcome, or if I get into a fight, I don't know if I'm going to win or if I'm going to lose. Once again, that's an outcome. If I take this job, will I like it or will I not like it? You're worried about the outcome, and rather than that, you should be worried about the steps. And if you work on the steps, it will naturally help you, get to the outcome, your desired outcome, or to abandon it and go, this is not working out well. I should abandon this, or you know what, this is tough, but I'm going to keep going and it's going to be worth it at the end, so those are the decisions that it's going to help you make. But it's not a decision of chance. It's a decision of you're making steps, you're working through it, and as you're working, you're making better decisions because you are becoming more familiar with the situation, you're understanding the situation a lot better, rather than you haven't even tried it yet and you're scared about the outcome, which once again, that's something you really can't control, especially as of now, because you haven't even stepped foot in it yet, So, yeah, most people, they just run to the conclusion, but you got to tackle it first. And when you go, okay, when you sit down and you go, how do I do this? Whether it's self-defense or your job situation, school situation, or family situation, or whatever. Okay, so that being said, though, one thing that's fairly commonly mentioned, I think, if you look at any self-help, which I haven't really done, but because I just use martial arts to help me out. But I'm sure if you go to some self-help book or video or whatever, they're pretty much going to say that it's common sense, and it's I feel like it's a method that it's tried and it works, and it's a good method. So focus on what works rather than what doesn't work. But that being said, though, another thing I think is super, super important is attitude. So, yeah, you could, rather than worrying about stuff that you can't control, you could definitely take action. So, responsible people understand this and they go, I'm not going to worry about it and just sit there and fart around and be like, I don't want to do it, so I'm just going to hold off till the very last second, or I'm going to act like it doesn't exist, or people do that, right? Rather than do that, the Navy SEAL was saying, tackle it, attack it, go do something about it, make action. And that's the thing about the Navy SEALs and Special Forces people is those people, they jump right in. Where most people are like timid or they're afraid to, they almost, the way they see fear is they fear is the enemy. If I fear something, I'm going into it. I'm going to figure out ways to destroy it. So that's the big difference in mentality. So that attitude right there, may be a little too high speed for the average person, but it's a very good thing to have though. And so, for example, another example I could give you is it's not just about the action. So you go, okay, I know if I sit around and if I just worry about it, nothing's going to get done, and that's not cool. So I'm not going to go to the bar and just drink. I'm going to go ahead and do something about it. Okay, so you decide to do something about it, but if your attitude is, I hate this sucks, why does this have to happen to me? Why is the system this way? Why are people so stupid like this? If you're thinking like that while you're making the actions, you're like constantly battling yourself there because you're being the negative person. And if you're ever in a team environment and everyone's like, all right, we can do this, and that one person's like, oh man, this sucks, we're not going to do this, who cares, I'm not into this, I'd rather be at home playing video games. That person is a drag, right? So you're doing that to yourself. So instead, if you can change your attitude and go, I don't want to do this, this sucks, but you know what? How many other people feel this? This is perfectly normal feelings. Normal people feel this, and sometimes it overwhelms them and they give up. Well, you know what? That's where I'm not. And the fact that it's so difficult and discouraging and stressful, that's going to pump me up even more. That means I'm bringing my A game and I'm going to get through this. And in the end, I'm going to feel pretty good about myself. I'm going to feel glad that I did it, and I did it like a champion. This change in attitude is huge. Once again, it's not just about doing it. You could do it with a very bad attitude, or you could do it with this attitude of I'm conquering it. I'm gonna get it done with, and then I'm gonna go have fun or whatever. This is nothing. I can handle this. That kind of attitude. So the attitude makes a big difference. So I hope if you start to add that, you start to practice that in your daily lives. You notice when you're having a negative attitude about something, tell yourself, you know what? If I have a positive attitude, it makes the job easier for me, more fun to do. Why make it rough for yourself? So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.